I'm back, folks. Well, right back. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Woo! I'm back, baby. I gotta talk about a few things, Shout out to my boy Mello, doing his thing, getting ready for active duty service in these United States. Shout out to him. Um, doing well. Doing well. Can't complain. Doing well. Got up to his 20 pull-ups, up to his 50 push-ups and 50 sit-ups. What I'm going to talk to everybody today about is the rampant, and I do mean rampant, intellectual masturbating and intellectual misinformation. Shout out the last video BGS, presented, because that's the example right there, man. Do you think, instead of asking black men what they think, you make these grandiose assumptions off of what they think, instead of just asking, what type of women do you prefer? Shout out to BlurCon. I'm gonna post pictures of the most beautiful women I've seen at BlurCon. Like, many of them were stopped fucking dead gorgeous. But you know what the problem is? The problem is this. You don't want to be competitive. There's a problem when you can't be competitive. You can't be competitive. So I gotta make sure that your options just suck. I gotta make a reason why I can't be cooperative. I can't be fit. What you mean I gotta be a certain weight? What you mean I gotta be a certain size, a certain attitude, a certain disposition? And there's a reason why, because men with options don't have to simp. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I just, I'm, I'm truly sorry. I'm truly sorry. But I have to inform you, men with options don't have to simp. If anything, they're used to women simping for them. You know that guy you told that he has to be on this level, and he didn't bitch, moan, and complain, and he listened to you and said, you know what? You're absolutely right. I should be on this level, god damn it. I'm going to make a man out of myself. A hell of a man. And when he did it, he was like, well, damn. Finally, some goddamn respect. Some goddamn dignity. But you know what wasn't fair? You didn't want to play by your own rules. You thought that you could go have babies by lesser men, go sleep around, go get your education. You thought that would be cool. But it's not just about that. Like I told young Mello, wait till you're in basic, wait till your graduation, wait till you get to your duty station. You're going to get a bunch of people who never encourage you to do shit. Oh, I knew you had that in you the whole time, man. You mind if I hold $500? It's just like in the New Testament when there was a group of guys, maybe two or three, who saw the Apostle Paul exorcise a demon, and they thought they could cash in. So they went up to this man who was demonically possessed, and they wanted to make this once again grandiose show. And the demon speaking through the man through the possession said, I know Jesus, I know Paul, but who are you? And proceeded to beat the ass up and down the street. It's always the show. Nobody wants to be with you. Very few people in the world wants to do the work with you. It's like that video that BGS just put up where one of the most painstaking things you'll ever hear me say. What pisses me off when you have incredibly intelligent people speaking with unreasonable subterfuge. And if you don't know what the word subterfuge means, it means lying. There's a term in the legal term called reasonable subterfuge that police or law enforcement can use, such as undercover cops pretending to be drug dealers. That's reasonable subterfuge. Unreasonable is what that lady did on that Jesse Lee Peterson show. Instead of actually asking black men what you so desire, you make these assumptions because you project so much the shit ought to be an IMAX. And I kind of blame black men for that too, because black men, a lot of what other black men suffer from is what you allow. Because you incentivize bad behavior, this is what other men have to go through. Because at the end of the day, the world looks at it as just one big nigga. Oops. Did I say that, Mello? Did I mean to say that? Oops. How you treat one black man, it's expected how the whole world treats you, right? We're supposed to look at Barack Obama the same way as we look at the average nigga on the street. There's no difference. There's no status. A black man has no status that a black woman, a white man, a white woman has to adhere to. Don't worry, Mello. When you take your oath at graduation, even though you already took your oath at MEPS, when you take your oath at graduation, because you're in the black community, you're supposed to be just any old other nigga. Not the nigga who's going to defend this country and the Constitution, but you're just any old nigga in the eyes of the black community. Because the only time a black man's status matters is what can you do for me lately? It's not what you earned, it's what you can do for me lately. But once again, I have to get on black men's ass. Do you carry yourself with respect to be respected? Yes, there should be a baseline level of respecting another human being. Yes. Namer said, since when did black women ever care about a black man's perspective? Charles Faulkner Jr. Easy. When she's not attractive enough or too damn old to go by her perception. Notice the difference between perception and perspective. Perception is how you view the world. Perspective is how everybody else views it. You know, great example. You think Megan Good or Bria Miles gives a fuck about fat shaming? Because only hit dogs holler, baby. You think if Lizzo was attractive enough, thin enough, and what was what all the attractive male athletes, movie stars, artists, top tier men wanted, do you think she would be this forerunner of fat shaming? Fuck no. She would drop that shit at a habit. How do we know this? Remember Monique? Perception is reality. Perspective is reality. Perception is delusions of grandeur. Because how you see yourself is totally different than what reality speaks. Why go to the negotiation table where truth is not on the menu? These lovely ladies lie with so much comfort. This is an existential purpose. They no longer hide their contempt and treachery. Wow, shout out to Judea. See, I agree with BGS that it's a damn shame that women in academia are teaching this bullshit and this unreasonable subterfuge and misinformation. I should have really put it as disinformation because you're purposely putting bullshit into the minds of the collective. You'll never put accountability in the terms of the reason why you can't get the man you want is because your nasty attitude. Because of your nasty disposition. mixed with a very nasty composition, which you are on the outside and which you are on the inside. See, men have to go through this one lesson very well in life. Nobody gives a damn about you until you're a proven product and entity. Until you're a champion, until you're a winner, until you're a graduate, until you're fucking successful, that's when you might start to matter. When you have women with PhDs writing books, spewing all this rhetoric with no empirical evidence, with no tangible evidence. It's like when I was at BlairCon and these twins who I was speaking with, and they asked me, what do men want? And I said, y'all not ready for that conversation because men do judge levels of beauty. Can that man get that level of beauty he so desires is up to that individual man. Oh, shit, Bob Newhart? God damn. You talk about a funny, wholesome show. God damn. That dude, Bob Newhart. I'm going to pull one out for Bob Newhart and Jacoby Jones, man. That's been a rough fucking week. You know that? Got Richard Simmons. Oh, man. Rough ass week. Yes, LAPD SWAT 1. They have PhDs but can't change a tire. But the academy does not teach reality. It teaches regurgitation. See, what good am I as an operative if I can't go through that door and know how to clear that fucking room? There's something about tactics that are supposed to carry on to another unit where you can get a guy from Army Special Forces, Navy SEALs, the Israeli commandos, the British SAS, where they can blend in so well that it's like, okay, you know the basics. We might do things slightly different in some ways, but you know the basics. What good am I if I can't do that? Shannon Doherty? Oh my God. My whole fucking youth is being destroyed right now. And Dr. Ruth, God damn, man, my whole youth is being destroyed this week. What good am I if I can't do the basics? If I can't say 2 + 2 = 4? Then if I can't get to that equation, then anything else I say, unless I can guarantee that, is null and void. As a man, there's a certain requirement you have to reach to be called a man. The number one thing about a man is a man has to be able to protect. Somebody's my scribe for the day. Put in what the fuck I say, please. And thank you. You're the motherfucker of the day. A man cannot call himself a man unless he can protect something. Protection is the name of the game. No woman will call you a man if you can't protect her. No woman, number two, will call you a man if you can't provide. Number three, no woman can call you a man if you can't procreate in between the sheets. Standing down, 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 down. Number four, no woman will call you a man if you can't preside, if you can't make a decision, if you can't lead. But here's the ultimate question when it comes to perception versus perspective. What criteria do we hold for them to call them a woman? And that's where the inequality starts. Requirement, vagina, and I want it. Don't remind me. God damn, Bob Newhart. God damn, the Newhart show, man. See, that's when you can have a very wholesome show and it's funny as hell. The good old days, as they say. The good old days, the good old days. I mean, shit. With all the celebrities that died of yesteryear this week alone, Nick and Knight ought to have a fucking block party. And the one thing that really irked my soul about that video BGS just played is that you had this PhD who wrote several books saying that we want some close to be white type women. Yeah, Jacoby. Oh my God, Jacoby was killing that playoff season, man. That was the year of Jacoby. Oh, he was a master of that. Very. You have to really, you have to really think about this, man. Because we don't put a criteria on what a woman is, how can you hold them accountable? God damn. Joe Bryant, father Kobe Bryant, died at 69. God damn, man. Shit. We might as well just make this the eulogy podcast. God damn. It's really funny, right? There's no real requirement of saying what a woman is through a masculine lens. God damn, when did he die? I'm kind of upset. I didn't realize this that Angela Bofield passed away last month. I tried to do the best I can for you. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to I Try smoking a cigar, drinking on some yak tonight, baby. Mello, get your ass out the house. We drinking yak. God damn, who the fuck else? Shit. There's a lot of porn. Yeah, that guy too. I knew about the guy who played Nino Brown. Old guy in New Jack City. He said, hell no. Well, if you're going to active duty, you might as well practice because shit, a lot of them motherfuckers go out drinking as so as they do. Hey, liquor helps heal a wounded animal. I'm gonna tell you, the one thing you notice about a lot of these PhDs, he said, I ain't them yet. Well, you're gonna learn today, nigga. You gotta learn. Because we don't have too many requirements. My man Blackest of Uber said I used to just stare at the album cover of Angela relaxing on that sunset beach. I used to wish I could just magically be there with her. Oh, that was a beautiful woman. You talk about the one where she got the fro and that sunset. Oh, God damn, that's a beautiful woman there, boy. That's sister boy. Mm. Don't make them like that anymore. Oh, it's such a powerful voice. He said, "Bro, Lord, that was a beautiful gal." Oh my God, man, she could stop traffic. Mm. That's how I felt this weekend at BlairCon. Like there was a lot of women who I had to take pictures of. I was like, "Shorty, you too damn beautiful not to take a picture of you." Good God Almighty. Whew. Mello saw them pictures. All I gotta say is dual splits. But back to the regularly scheduled programming. And yes, I know exactly the album cover he's talking about. That beautiful fro. He said, "God damn." Yeah, that's how them two. Oh, and by the way, if I post that in my community chat, and where's young Mello? From a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say them two chicks who I sent you from BlairCon look like? You wouldn't kick them out of your bed. So right there, Miss PhD, your fucking shit is invalid. But you know what they both have in common? You could tell they both put their work in a gym. You can tell they're very friendly. They smile. They hug you. Even after you take a picture with them, they give you a hug. When's the last time you complimented a woman and she smiled back or she hugged you? Remember when it used to be common for a black woman to call you baby? How you doing, baby? Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. Whatever happened to that in your research? I'm old one with all these chicks. I mean, I speak when you're used to dealing with chicks, beautiful chicks. It's not something that's abundant. Oh yeah. Oh, thank you, sugar. You remember when that was common? Hey, Mello, from a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give each chick in that picture? Yeah, they would smile, they would blush. Yeah, he gave them an 8 to 9. Very beautiful, very like how you doing, sweetheart? Like who are you dressed up as? Oh, as soon as I seen that green leotard with the red beret and they have the little red gloves with the rich like forearm guards, I was like, "You're my favorite Street Fighter, Cammy baby." I said, "Come on now." And she was like, "You want me to take this picture or you want me to take the classic?" I said, "You know, we got to take that classic." Everybody knows Cammy's classic when she turns around and she turns her back to you and turns her head towards you, where she's showing nothing but ass in class. I want somebody to put this and quote me. There's nothing that's greater or more beautiful in this planet than an in shape, pleasant, kind, loving, caring black woman. There's nothing in this universe more brilliant, more immaculate. Your love will grow into obsolescence before anything else comes more beautiful. Oh, that's why I tell black men go to places like BlurCon where they'll twirl for you, they'll take pictures. They're so nice. They appreciate you appreciating not only their work in the gym but also their cosplay. Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to being a sweetheart? What's the old saying? You get more flies with honey than vinegar. But because when you're a bitch, and we're not calling them a bitch to be derogatory, we're calling them because of my mother and father told me to call things by their proper titles. And you glorify being a bitch more so than being a lady. But I'll tell you what, I never seen a bitch. Excuse me, I never seen a lady change her own tire. I never seen a lady cut her own grass. I never seen a lady beg, plead, and cry for men to come to her rescue. But I've seen a lot of bitches left to deal with shit on their own. Ask me how I know. Oh yeah, the batting of the eyes, the smiling, when they're just joyous to be around and happy. I never seen any of these feminist professors ever put in their research. Let's compare you being nice to you being a bitch. Because yes, it does deal with accountability. It does deal with being in control of your own emotions and attitude. But my baby daddy, guess what? No, 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 no. What about your disposition for everybody else? Yes, I understand your baby daddy might have been an asshole. But that doesn't give you the right to be mean to the next guy. Black Rule said these evil feminists have fooled these women into giving it all their real power. See, I want everybody to come close to the mic. Excuse me, to the speaker. A woman's greatest superpower is her femininity. Somebody needs to write that in the chat for time immemorial. A woman's greatest superpower is her femininity. There's a reason why a lot of you broads with degrees become so goddamn manly. It's because you're trying to battle men on masculine turf and losing horribly. Yep, NCAA drops tomorrow. There's a reason why. You have all these educated women without any men. Because why you think you're too good to be rescued by them? You think too long and too hard that we're the gutter trash. But that doesn't mean anything, does it? Well, here's the problem. They've been indoctrinated in feminism for so long. To them, being a wife is called being a traitor. Being a wife is treachery. Being a wife is slavery. But you never hear that part of the research, do you? Hmm. Take time away from them. Ah, that's funny. It helps to fuel men mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. It helps to create possibilities in men they otherwise might not see and pursue. The ass backwardsness of the black community. See, let me talk about that with Tia Moore. You didn't graduate from marriage. You showed the world that you needed to go through remedial classes. Because you got to realize your ex-husband, Corey, you got to realize something. For Corey, he is finding out where he values compared to Tia Maury values his ex-wife. My man said he found his damn butterfly knife. He didn't graduate. He elevated. He was content. He was happy. Somebody put this in the notes. Contempt, contentment versus happiness. When a woman talks about being happy in a relationship, that means she's not a happy person. She's not fulfilled. Men typically look for contentment. Women want happiness. I'm sorry, baby. As much as I love you, happiness is an internal emotion that nothing external can put within you. You either have it or you don't. And when you look at Corey, Corey was content. And he found through his contentment, he looked for his happiness. But no, but notice these so-called feminist PhDs never put that up of contentment versus happiness. And how so many women look for happiness for other people and wonder why it's a constant failure. It's a ugly cycle of failure, disbelief, regret. And then it becomes disdain towards the other party, even though they try to give you nothing but the best. Yeah, don't hear me though. It's a graduation. No, it's called a failure. You remedial motherfucker. Here it is, you twerking, trying to impress a bunch of men who don't really want you. But is it worth you breaking up your relationship? I'm just wondering. Do you think Corey is having a harder time looking and getting women now? Do you really think that he's having a hard time? He might have felt sad and reasonably so about breaking up with his long term wife. Once he got out there and dipped his toe, it was like, oh shit, I got more looks than before I was dealing with this chick. See, she wanted to get the upper hand before she started getting all wrinkly. I'm going to leave and I'm going to graduate. But she goes up there taking off her makeup, telling a story about how she was on a date with a dude with some fronts, some golds in his mouth. It gets crazy. I know Corey probably cried his eyes out the first week. I'm pretty sure. But do you know how many times you pass around that good husband that all your friends are saying, if you don't want him, I'll take him? Mm, mm. The same chick you complaining to is the same chick cooking a full course meal and filling his belly to try to get him to fill up her belly, if you know what I mean, and I think you do. Mm. I want to see that. I want to see what this graduation results, pertain. I want to see what this graduation of relationships, because obviously if you're still trying to find what you had before or something like it, Broken Blade, KP, others, I just want to see the results of that. I'm pretty sure Corey, who's not a bad looking dude, can go to some studio and get a younger version of fucking Tia Mari, if not look better than her. I'm really wanting to see what type of starlets he can pull compared to you know, Miss Maury. Hmm. Reading some of y'all chats. Facts, brothers. Get your passports and global entry with it. I want to see this. And so many years later, who really graduated from where? Mm-mm-mm. I just want to see, do we graduate from breaking up our homes? Do we graduate from splitting up our money? Do we graduate from telling our kids that daddy ain't going to be living here no more? I'm just wondering, where's the prompt and circumstances? I'm just wondering, what's the compilation prize for those who don't want to participate anymore? I'm just still looking for this happiness bug. Mm-mm-mm. I want to see all these people who are starting to cough around right now and ask if they're happy. Hmm. I'm just wondering, folks, is happiness really selfishness? Because that's what I'm starting to get out of this shit. Is happiness really selfishness? Yeah, just like Monsters Ball. I just want to feel good. I just want to live in the moment. Fuck the fact that my kids who were born in this world with their father here with us, fuck how that's going to make them mentally feel. Now, I'm not saying there's not a time when you be selfish because self preservation is a must. If I can't help number one, I can't help two, three, four, and five down the line. But when you're in a relationship or a marriage, and you're gonna say some I graduated from the marriage, that means you're totally a selfish motherfucker. And see, there's an old saying, oh God, protect me from my enemies, and you start losing friends. Oh, 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 oh God, protect me from my enemies, and you got divorced from your wife. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, 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 it's the big one, Elizabeth. It's the big one. It's the big one, Elizabeth. Oh, God, keep me out of danger. You lost your job. Mm. See the difference between perception and perspective? This is the big one, Elizabeth. I don't think you heard me. Lord, I want to be stronger. I send you struggle to make you. Mm. Y'all ain't hear me though. Lord, give me bravery. I send people for you to protect. Y'all don't hear me. Lord, give me patience. I gave you people to teach. Mm. Mm. We stirring the pot, baby. He said, God, get me from my enemies. And his wife divorced him. Y'all don't understand the difference between somebody put that in the chat once again. Perspective versus perception. You perceive your wife leaving you. is a bad thing. And maybe God protecting your life. I used to think back in the day when me and my ex-girlfriends would break up, oh, it's so tragic. Oh, my heart has dropped to my soles of my feet. I don't know how am I gonna survive. And God put his shoulder on me and said, I'm gonna show you, nigga. I'm not the one engaged for 10 years in a shitless, sham, loveless relationship. If you the same person when you left that bitch who left you high and dry, it was your fault. It is your fault. A lot of you black men out there need to stop praying for a lighter load and pray for a stronger back to deal with a difficult one. A lot of you black men need to fall in love with yourself before anybody else first. And there's a difference between falling in love with yourself and narcissism. Appreciate who you are. Appreciate the struggles you've been through. This is the reason why that intellectual masturbation and misinformation does not work the same way anymore, if at all. What did Superman say in the classic comic book Kingdom Come? Kryptonite doesn't even affect me the same way anymore. You start to build up an immunity to your weaknesses. A lot of this shit, they don't want to talk about why the men don't want to get married because men can't be shamed the way we used to anymore. It does not work anymore. Nobody ever says you shouldn't have a loving heart, but you should not be affected the same way as before. Hey, put it to you this way. If a white guy calls you nigga, it doesn't hit the same way as it used to. Once you're aware of racism, you know how to circumvent racism. Once you're aware of people who wants to do nothing but harm in your life, you know how to circumvent them. And see, that's the biggest problem on black men's part. Stop trying to fix everybody. There was a wise prophet who said, and I quote, "Don't save her. She don't want to be saved." Trying to fix them. The only reason you trying to save a broken bitch is because you're trying to save mommy. I said it. I said it. Y'all black asses are gonna hear my mouth today. The only reason you trying to save a broken bitch is because you trying to save your mama. You can't get blood from a stone. You can't get tears from a tulip. And you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Sorry. Y'all gonna hear me go in about some shit. And guess what? It's been a while since I had to go take somebody's ass to the woodshed. And sometimes you gotta give the speech, but sometimes you gotta take a motherfucker to the woodshed because that first ass whooping wasn't good enough. That talking to wasn't good enough. Now you gotta make them a motherfucking believer. A lot of you can't call yourself a man because you can't overcome the mommy syndrome. My mother picked bad men, so I'm gonna save this woman who has bad attitude and mommies me and disrespects me. Motherfucker, get the fuck out. See, a lot of men need to say this to women when she says, "You're not my type." You should shake her hand, look her in the eye, and say, "Thank you." It go right around and will go right off on your business. Why do you pursue motherfuckers who don't give a fuck about you? What's the highest amount of money you made per hour? Anybody? Anybody in the chat who wants to answer it? What's the highest amount of money you made per hour? And you're right, babe. Redemption comes from within. The hero's journey starts with one fucking step. Put that in the chat. The hero's journey starts with one motherfucking step. My man Mello said $40 an hour. And he's only 20. Highest amount of money he made per hour was 40. Anybody else? We're going to take the 40 concept. The highest amount of money you made was 40 per hour. How many men waste 5 minutes with a bitch who's not even worth their time? If she's not worth losing money and sleep over, why am I wasting it? He said, "If the price is right, don't mind me." Only your silly ass. I want you to think about that. If you go out on a date with this chick, and let's say you made $40 per hour, average date is around what? 2, 3 hours, maybe 4. So 120 to $160 has been wasted. And that's how much some of you paid on a fucking date anyway, if not more. And the actual retail price is $40. Mello, you win. Oh man. But I want you to think about that. These are hard lessons I had to learn. $200 and the pussy was trash by the Macho Man Alongo Savage. Isn't that the most disappointing shit? You've been waiting 2 weeks to hook up, get the date, you finally get the drawers, and you could have had a V8. Ain't that about a bitch? I want you to think about that. Trash. Shit, trash. I mean, what's the popular song? Glorilla TGIF? It's 7 p.m. Friday, 95 degrees. I ain't got no nigga, and no nigga ain't got me. So guess what? Since we're not together, you can pay for your side of the food, right? Why am I obligated? Not fat, just old. Old pussy. So, oh man, don't tell me you had the pussy where you just had to add milk or water. You had to use the kickstand a couple of times to get that shit wet. Got to use the WD-40 for the older models, huh? You had to use a certain type of oil for once it goes past 100,000 miles. God damn. God damn. I know what you mean by that. He said she was around 40 back then and I was in my 20s. Oh, I get it. I get it. She wasn't getting the look she was getting, so she had to go down to the young men. I remember one of my female friends said, there's a phenomenon about older women dating younger men. I said, there's two things you fail to realize. Older women pay and older women become easy. Get it. Oh, shit. She was on that Henny, too. Oh, trust me, Mello. Trust me. If you really want to fuck somebody, go fuck a 38 to 40-year-old chick. She becomes easy then. She ain't getting dick like she used to. See, they don't like the fact that I could tell the stories. Shit. Well, you need to get a bitch pussy wet from pins. Need some pins oil on that motherfucker. That motherfucker like a putt putt. I mean, goddamn. Pussy walls look like a used fucking water bottle. You know how it starts to biodegrade? Because you be squeezing it so goddamn much. Almost don't even have a shape anymore, goddamn it. I'll be messing with them chicks so old their pussy lips look like bed sheets and shit. Motherfuckers look like curtains and shit when she stand up. The pussy lips so droopy, it look like Dracula's cape. Good evening. Come into my lair. Chick be looking like the goddamn Dark Knight. And then the sad part about some of these chicks, they look like the Dark Knight and they sound like Kevin Conroy too. Dan dan dan. Trying to be sexy. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman. They're deep ass voices and shit. Yeah, R.I.P. to Batman. Oh man. On a small note, I remember it was during COVID and it was April 1st, which was my birthday. And Kevin Conroy was live with Tara Strong, the voice of Harley Quinn. And he saw that I put in today's my birthday. Can you say it? And he was like, "Oh, champion forever." He's like, "I got you. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman." Oh my god, I was geeking the fuck off when he said that to me. When he said that shit, I was like, that was one of the best birthday gifts ever. And later that night, Ed Reed had a show, and he was like, "Happy birthday, champion forever." I am vengeance. I am the night. My pussy looks like cottage cheese, man. Oh my god. Y'all better stop dating them D boys, bitches. Oh my goodness. Bitches be sounding too deep. Like, what do you like to do? I don't know. What you like to do, boss? Oh man, it's sad when you look at the chicks who used to be cute. Oh my goodness. Mm-mm-mm. That is so sad, man. I don't give a fuck. I'm tired of listening to these deep voice Kevin Conroy, fucking Samuel L. Jackson sounding bitches, man. I want to hear some ladies, man. Oh my god, BlurCon spoiled me this year and last year, man. When you had some feminine chicks, man. Oh my god. Oh my god. Don't be messing with them chicks. Be having beards and shit. Oh my god. This lets you know America's sick. There's a guy holding a sign that says RIP Thomas Matthew Crooks, an American hero. If you don't know who that is, that's the guy who attempted to assassinate Donald Trump. That's some sick shit. That's sick shit, man. How do you condone this shit? And that lets you know how people truly are. Oh man, don't even get me started. Well, it's the American dream, baby. I've been dreaming of going out the roof, Chris, baby. Oh Lord, man, God, Buddha, Allah, Yahweh, Elohim, Shango, all the gods were man. All the gods were with him, man. All the gods were like this, was doing this around him. Shit. Man, they were like, man, they said my man Trump was like this. They said he had backup like this. That's how they had up, man. Shit. Oh yeah, you know the Soys are pissed about that. Told people that was a. I'm gonna give you a little synopsis because I already did the show about a cop's perspective about the assassination attempt. That perch, that building should have been a second sniper team from the Secret Service should have been there. That was a full meltdown by local police and the Secret Service. Full meltdown. Well, I mean, shit, Mello, the motherfucker could say many men, many, 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 many men. It's kind of crazy because right now, if Trump was a rapper, he could sell out a stadium right now. God damn. That motherfucker come out there singing, when I say weak ass, you say bitch, weak ass. They said, how are you scared of conservatives calling them black jaws, but you're antagonizing them to fuck you up? Ah, boy. I'm going to give my personal opinion on it. Some people think it's not professional, but I think I have enough in the profession of protecting people for literally more than half my life or my entire adult life to talk about this. If Trump is 6'3", why do I have a 5'3" female trying to protect me? You have to literally jump on this man and become a human shield. You cannot cover the surface area of this dude. That's stupid. And then you're behind ducking. Yeah, that's the one ducking behind his ass. You you damn near saw a history changing event, which it already was, because that's like the first fucking assassination attempt on American soil since Reagan. Like, wow. But yet, there's going to be people feeling sorry for her. But if that was a guy, there would be no excuse. There would be no excuse. No excuse. If a guy has to do his job, so does a chick who signs up for that shit. The police officers who climbed up there should have shot the guy when they had the chance. Well, he pointed a gun at me. Shoot him. I hate to say it this way, but free kill. In that situation, nobody would ever felt different. Well, Corey, we all know they're becoming a bad joke. Tighten the fuck up. When you see that happens, I'm going to say this once again. You see that attempt on Trump. What does Russia, Iran, China, North Korea, and others are thinking? You got to tighten the fuck up. See, I was in the last remnants of the old army coming through where motherfuckers cussed you out at basic. Where you got to your duty station, you'll see the captain and the sergeant arguing, take their blouses off, and they rumbling. And nobody would say shit coming back. You would see a black guy, busted nose, two swollen lips, and then they drinking again later that night. See, right now, somebody needs to write this. I think everybody who's listening to me right now needs to write this. You're starting to see the effects of the pussification of America. Go ahead, put it in chat. You're seeing the effects of the pussification of America. And we're suffering hard from it. You are seeing the heavy pussification and bitchified, or as I like to call it, bitch assness of America. See, once upon a time, America would send 30,000 troops to your fucking little bullshit ass country, and we would send so many troops we would damn near sink your ass into the ocean. But we got these second-rate Columbine kids, Generation Do, coming up here doing stupid shit like that. to a fucking former head of state. That's embarrassing. And you got people talking about they missed. He's an American hero. You sick bunch of bitches. That's how you know it's become pussified. When you can justify evil and hate. They said you're just spreading fear and hate, Charles. Yeah, I guess so. When you're just spreading the truth. You want to get mad with me for making sense? You ought to get mad if it doesn't. You ought to get mad if it doesn't. Oh, what's that bitch name, babe? What's that bitch who said that? I know exactly who you talk. What's that silly bitch name? Oh, 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 oh. What's that silly bitch name? The one who was on fucking Shannon Sharp's show talking about she got a little bit of autism. And when she made Amanda Seales, she proved that that might actually be legitimate. She might have some little bit of autism. It sounded like pop. I lived in Harlem. I'm gonna give you a little secret. Everybody come to the speaker real quick. Get close, put your ear close. Every fucking caliber sounds different when it comes out the muzzle, depending on the velocity, the type of round, the amount of fucking weight of the round, the grain, and if it's coming out of a short barrel, long barrel, medium barrel, suppressed barrel. So how the fuck do you know because you lived in Harlem for a bit, you fucking dumbass? You really believe that bitch? That bitch had dog parts before gentrification. Tell that dumb bitch to shut the fuck up. See, I'm gonna say this, and somebody needs to keep this in the chat. Somebody need to put this in the chat for me. That's the reason why the only time she opens her mouth is to breathe and to put a dick in it. The only time, and I'm gonna just tell you, the only time she should open up her mouth is to put a dick in it. She can breathe through her nose. This is the reason why you stop listening to your women, black men. This is the reason why. If she says she got autism, and all this other shit, a little bit of autism. Why the fuck should we listen to you? It's embarrassing. And you know the worst part about it? She was on the beach like she was visiting. No, that's her residence. Dumb bitch. Exactly. If you go to the gun range, they got all kinds of them calibers. You don't have to grow up in no fucking hood. That shit is so. When the fuck did she become a ballistic expert? Shut the fuck up and stay in your lane, you fucking D level actress. And I know what I mean by D level because that's the only level you gotta go to get another fucking job in fucking Tinseltown. Dumb bitch. Your broads are ridiculous, man. Broads are fucking ridiculous. Don't forget to hit my like buttons too, please. Don't worry, Mello. This is gonna become part of your life. Oh no, I couldn't join the army. I couldn't live having nobody tell me what to do. That stupid shit. I can't have nobody tell me what to do. She's charging people speaking fees, but nobody wants to pay her. Good God. See, that's what happens when drugs take control. You can't tell us how. No, no, no. I can tell you how the army is, even though you never even seen fucking. You got motherfuckers who never seen the movie Stripes can tell you what the army's about. For some reason, we're killing a whole bunch of people, and that's all we do. Some goddamn Amanda see it. God damn. See, this is the part about America where we used to have some dignity, and we used to shut the fuck up about shit unless we really knew something about it. But once again, it goes back to my beginning statement. You got this PhD talking about what black men like. They want a white woman that's slim and thin. Well, then again, do black men date bigger women? Yes, black men are the garbage men of the dating world. They will date a larger woman, unfortunately. So if you're in college, you don't even see a large amount of black men. Where the fuck you doing your research? Where's your data? This is how you know black women are the ones who invented colorism, or at least prolong it through the centuries. You can see a beautiful dark skinned chick. I mean, drop dead gorgeous. Natural hair. Compliment her on her shit. And there's sometimes some of these bitches are so low self esteem, they'll be up under that little average looking light skinned bitch ass until somebody tells them. It's sickening. Now you got to work at it, man. Got to work at it. It's rather fucking sickening. Value what you currently have. Stop this graduation fucking shit. You're not getting a cap and gown at a divorce settlement. Nah, I don't even know what to say anymore. I truly don't. Don't we all? Don't we all? I don't know what to say anymore. You got men in this chat alone who are military vets or going to the military, truck drivers, medical field, business owners, photographers, degreed men in different fields, programmers, black gurus and accountants, all walks of life, all levels of education. That goes through life with their own advantageous ways. Why fight this shit? I'm getting to the point where, what's up? We graduated. Mm-mm-mm. I hope each and every one of y'all can get a shot tonight, boy. I hope each and every one of y'all can get a shot tonight. Because the older I get, the more I say, the more I'm like BGS. Let the motherfucker burn. You don't want better kids. You don't want two-parent households. You don't want to develop it to your sons. You throw your fucking sons to the wolves. You literally pimp your daughter's pussies and pray that they get a child and can bring that fucking wick and that fucking food stamp money to the house. You don't respect the father's wishes or his demands. You think the only thing he has to do is to either make the baby, pay the child support, and be at your beck and call. Mm-mm-mm. Man, I'm gonna tell you, you got fucking rough out here, man. I mean, y'all better work out, eat well, learn how to save yourself. I just want to see what y'all gonna do. Black man, put up or shut up time. Be on your square. You should be trying to improve yourself every little day, little by little, with just one new vocabulary word, one new language word, little by little. If you could do one more push up than you could do last week, one more pull up, run, skip, jump, whatever. Mm. It's getting sick out here, man. Y'all better take care of each other. But see, that's what happens, Mello, when you have faith in yourself and not look for other people to support you. You have to work on yourself. The only time people, I'm going to make it a mission out there. Black men, get in the best shape you can possible. You do know our mortality rate is the bottom tier of everybody else's on this planet. Get in shape. You ain't got to run 2 miles. Let that go for Mello. He's young. He's going to the army. Do a little bit of sprints. Do a little bit of box jumps. Do the elliptical. Do the bike. Lift some weights. You ain't got to do great big gargantuan weights. Do some resistance bands. Hmm. Go out there, get yourself a workout plan. If you need to, pay a fitness coach. Hmm. I need y'all to really focus up on some shit. Be a better version of you every little day. Man, there should be a goal written to be just a little bit better than I was yesterday. Or you're going to become extinct. And that's another one part of it, right? Before we get the fuck out of here. And I want everybody to pull their ears really close to this thing I'm about to say. Your network need to be heavy-handed and need to be great. Your network, if your network ain't growing, you need a new damn network. If they're not pushing you to be the best, if you're not pushing each other to be the best, if they're not pushing you to be the best, and you're not pushing them, then you need a new network. If that's not happening, then you're wasting time. Oh, you're wasting your time. Hmm. I think that was enough for me yammering. Anybody want to hear from me? Hit me up. Anybody want to drink? Hit me up. Until then, shit. Where's my outro? Need me an outro, goddammit. See what I got. Oh, got the perfect song. Okay, let's do this. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? How come it takes your life away? Many men, that's a lot of men. Many men wish that for me, Lord. I don't cry no more. Don't look to the sky no more. Have mercy on me. See Democrats put money on my head. Go get your refund, motherfucker, because I ain't dead. I'm the origin of football that ain't been found. I'm the Republican king, and I ain't been crowned. When I rally, something special happens every time. I'm the greatest, something like America in its pride. I rip the concrete jungle. I ain't never been humble. This race high, cause I stay ready to rumble. Got a 10-foot Joe, go ahead, lose your head. I'm crazy. I wrap a camel up between her legs. Grab her by the brown cap of my head, chip on my shoulder. Till I've won his presidential race, pussy to be fake over.
Many, many men wish death on me, Lord. I don't cry no more. Don't